Hello everyone and welcome back to another Campus Legends basketball video. We're still in year one. I did all the introduction of the roster. I've had some aches and pains with some injuries that are been happening. We still have one that's injured. Another one came back. Kind of been doing some training, rotation, kind of tweaking and stuff like that. But I'm gonna keep it like this. I was putting them at 25 minutes and stuff like that, and maybe that's what's causing the issues of us being down by like 20 or something like that. But we have like 5 7 foot centers and forwards and stuff. But it's at this point we're using power forwards as centers, so we are like stacked with 7 footers. And then we're nothing in the news as of right now. Standings wise, we are not in the top 25 because we are 2-8. Bottom is Michigan State. This game does not have the licensing for all of the schools, so some of the schools will. Stanford. So I wonder what that other California Christian uh, school is or whatnot, but they don't have the licensing. So like Northeast and stuff like that, maybe the Big East, essentially, or um, I don't remember what other conference, but the SEC would be the Southeast. The Pac-12 would be the Pacific Coast. Continental, I think it's Continental, but it's probably something different. Atlantic, ACC with Raleigh and Durham being Duke, and Kentucky, Southeast, Spokane, Pacific Coast, and um, Virginia being the ACC, and Heartland is the Big Ten, the Buckeye State for Ohio State, West Lafayette for Purdue, um, and Iowa for Iowa, Wisconsin for Wisconsin, Michigan for Michigan, and Starkville State, Southeastern. I have no idea what that would be, essentially. And then East Lansing State would be Michigan State. So they kind of, with some of the schools, they've made it where it's not this initial school name because of they probably could get in trouble for some of that. But for as like Yukon or whatnot, it's literally the state, so they could just have Connecticut and all that jazz. So they probably worked their way around it. But conference, not the national camp tournament, not available yet, as we didn't finish the first year. We aren't in really any league news with us kind of tanking a little bit. So see if we're in any of these scores. And I thought maybe they would highlight our names, but I think this is Milwaukee and Cambridge. So Patriot Conference, Horizon Conference, and Milwaukee just won by 1. So overall, in general, we'll get on to conference play. And we've just been simming them through. Hopefully that we can get some wins. And we lost by 3. So we are 0-1 in conference for the time being. We're just going to kind of sim through it. Kind of go faster than what I was doing before. Besides if we're really kind of tanking and switch up the game plans. We lost by 8. So hopefully we can get our other player back shortly. It's been quite a big difference with Garcia not performing like he would, and now we're at 3-point difference. So I wonder if what we had before was working. And then so the centers. There's 2 minutes left. And then Solis. And he's not back yet. He's been out still. This is progress. 1 game. And Justin Price is minor for 2 games, but he's been back. So he's out for 1 more game yet. And I'm just going to go back to general. We need a boost up everything. So it went up, or it's just stayed stagnant. Where the overall is gone up. And blocking went down. But what can you do? 3 points going down. Maybe also it's like morale and everything else throughout the season, but it seems like people are getting a boost upwards. So just gonna taper on through. And it's Minnesota Catholic. He has recovered. So we're going to auto. We won by 11. What did we do? So 3 points. We scored 2 more 3-pointers, but we shot more 3-pointers. 28 for 57, 27 for 55. It's probably the free throws. 7 more free throws that we got. With that ordeal. And then that's about it. So box score, Sterling made 14, so he's back on top now. Mr. Price is back. He scored 13, so he made a. That's Chase Perez that didn't come back yet. So he's been back too, and he's scored 13. So our starting 5 had double digits in all 5. And then 0 from Wilson, 8, 4, 4, and 2. Got the job done. Sim against Colonial. And we won by 6. We got our full lineup back. So, box score, GB, Chase Perez, he got 2 points, so they probably just are slowly putting him back in. He did 2 for 2 with free throws. He had 5 minutes. He's 65 overall. But he also had that torn ligament, so really starting from the bottom, work his way back, if that seems to be the case. But then we got our Sterling Garcia back in the points. Assists has been always winners. Steals is no winners now. Tyler Woods in the blocks. And rebounds, Ollie Schmidt. So we will sim against Cleveland State. lost by 2. They just outscored us. We had more 3-pointers, but they field goal percentage-wise, free throw percentage-wise, they beat us by basically a bucket. So I am not disappointed in that. We are doing Fargo State, I believe it is. And we lost big time. Gonna see what our training is. How it's going. So, turn and roll, on ball, post offense. Should probably change it to post offense right now. We're in a sim against Fairborn. And Randolph Stewart torn ankle ligament, and we won by 2. Randolph is also a lower individual. It says he did not play. I don't know how, unless if training-wise he tore a ligament, so I may need to lower the training. Plus minus -1, but Garcia got 13, 16 for Price. Chase Perez, 0 points. We also need to change something, but our starting is guard. Overall 69, 69, then 67, 67, 65, 66 for forwards, and 65 for center. So we're actually good overall. 60 overall for a senior. So we will sim against Indiana Lutheran. I think that's what it said. Moment of truth, we won. And I was right, Indiana Lutheran. Tie with steals, turnovers, 3 less turnovers. Personal fouls, we beat by 5, which is not good. Total rebounds, we got out rebound by 1. Bigger on the field goal percentage. 3-point, we had less, but we scored 1 more. Just more buckets were thrown at the board. Free throw, they were 28 for 35, so they beat us at the free throw line. Comes the percentage. Other than that, nice win, up by 21. We will sim, so you can catch another one. And we did. So by me changing it to post offense, I think has changed us for the better. 3-point has tapered off. Rebounds have gone up. Inside, it's gone up. Mid, it's gone up. So right now we're gonna change it to a 6. reports right now. Just trying to see PLY for the Ollie, but Stir Winners has gone up, but he's a red shirt this year. It's gone down for Steel and Perimeter, but we just really need to work on Perimeter scoring at the moment because we were losing by 20 points. Now we're essentially winning by 20 points by changing our focus on what we want to train. But Northern Kentucky, they beat us. We're not going to win every game. So 43.9 field goal percentage, 42.9. Northern Kentucky, they beat us in field goal and 3-point. Essentially, we were just shooting more buckets and we weren't getting them in. And we lost by 7. Less turnovers, more turnovers, which is not good. More personal fouls, which isn't good. No blocks. We had 1 less steal. We got out-rebounded by 3. But Price has been consistent. Sterling Garcia has been in and out of consistency. So we're going to sim against Oakland. And we lost by 15. We're just going to continue going on. So we had our run, and it's in and out. So we won by 15. So we lost by 15. We won by 15. And we go to Milwaukee. We won by 20. Alright. Now we face Illinois Metropolitan. So we won, but in that aspect, pulled the hamstring. It's not good. We won by 21. We are number 9 in the league. They're projecting that we're going to be 11 and 19. Right now we're 10 and 15. We're going to go to Purdue Fort Wayne. And continue that. And now we got Ollie Schmidt, knee sprain. We won by 19. We're going to go to Brookings State. We have our 11-win game season already. Hopefully we can continue, but now with a couple of guys injured and we lost by 1. Box score. Ellie Schmidt now is in or out. Stewart and John Williams are red-shirted. So it's essentially Sterling Garcia had 16, 18 from Price. Tyler Woods, 18. So it was just a matter of, winning that 1 point. We're at 11 and 16. See if we can. We're at 12 and 16, so we're 1 up than what they projected that we were going to be, which is good. We're 10-8 in conference. We're 12-16 overall in the season. We face Colonial again. Let's see if we can take one to them, and we do. Xander's recovered. We're just going to auto it, and they will insert him into the lineup themselves. He's going to come back with 6 minutes. He is 61 overall, so it makes sense, which is good. Now we have to wait a few more to get Randolph Stewart into the, or not Randolph Stewart, Ollie Schmidt back into the lineup. So we got a few more games left within the regular season of conference play. So right now we're number 9. Hopefully Randolph Stewart is back. Auto that. We're 13-17, and we lost by 23 with 33. That'd be 33 to Fairborn. We just couldn't shoot 3-point or inside. And we had 18-point score through Blake Wilson. And everyone scored at least a bucket. It's just we couldn't execute. That was the issue. So then we go back to Brookings State that we lost by 1. Hopefully we can win this time. We're 8-9, so seeding wise within the conference, and we lost. We got Ollie Schmidt back, and that was the conference round 1. So Dennis Zeller, concussion, 7 games. All right. So the start of the national tournament. So maybe something we can see. So conference, Indiana Lutheran won. Faced Brookings State. We lost by like 28. The national tournament, we had to win our tournament in order to be in. But we'll see where Indiana Lutheran landed. They faced Nevada the first round as a 5th seed. Eastland State. Wisconsin as 11 seed. And we will advance the next round. So Villanova won, Houston Southern won, Purdue, Starkville State, Florida, Oregon, Nashville Catholic, Carolina Catholic, or not Carolina, California Catholic, Kentucky and Raleigh, Nevada beat Indiana Lutheran as a 12 seed, Joseph Smith. Pittsburgh and Gulf Coast, West Virginia and Memphis on the right side. Left side, Waco beat Washington. East Lansing State beat Hamden. Then we have Indianapolis and Virginia, Oklahoma and Arizona, Kansas and Florida Central, On this top side, we have Durham in North Carolina, Buckeye State in Southern California, South Orange, Connecticut, and Spokane in Las Vegas. And advance to the next round. So on the top half, we got Starkville State and Villanova, Las Vegas, South Orange, Durham and Southern California, Florida and California Catholic. And on the bottom here is Virginia East, Lansing State, Kansas and Arizona, Kentucky, Joseph Smith, Gulf Coast, and Memphis. And advance again. So Gulf Coast is making a run for the money, just kind of like how they did in real life of consider themselves Dunk City, because literally every other shot was kind of an alley-oop or a dunk of some sort, and they made a big run. They are facing Kentucky, Kansas, and East Lansing State on the bottom, and then Las Vegas against Southern California, and Villanova versus Florida on the top part. And we are going to sim it out. Pulled a hamstring, but we legit aren't even playing right now. So it must be a bug or something. Because it's like, how can you injure yourselves if we're not even in the tournament. But we have Kentucky beating Gulf Coast. East Lansing State lost to Kansas. Southern California beat Las Vegas, and Villanova beat Florida. So the 3 number 1s and 1 number 3 seeds. We will simulate to the next one. Dennis Eller recovered. So we have number 3, Southern California, USC against Kentucky. And we are just going to sim it. I could watch it, but Xander Solis, hip flexor strain. He must be training and getting these injuries. But Kentucky is a year 1 national champion. So we are going to advance. Processing awards. So we have Kentucky being the national champion. Semifinalist was Southern California, Kansas, Villanova, and Kentucky. Those were the last 4. Otto Porter out of Fairborn, so within the Horizon League. And Chuck Pierce was the coach of the year. So yeah, Fairborn. He was active, National Horizon Player of the Year, Horizon First Team, National Player of the Year, National First Team. So yeah, he was in the Horizon League. And first team was Otto, Osvaldo, Stephen Warren, Nicholas Williams, Ricardo Butler. Second team is Danny Knight, Jesus Riley, Pete Hoffman, Darius Yoder, Dylan Morales. And then the freshman team of Danny Knight, Pete Hoffman, Skylar Martin, Timmy Riley, and Quinn Fisher. And then individual awards. So we know Chuck Pierce for Villanova, the head coach of the year. Otto Porter, Fairborn Player of the Year, defensive player out of Milwaukee. So 2 people from the Horizon League have shown up to be the Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year. Raphael Thornton. And then out of Memphis, being the 6th man of the year, BJ Sparks out of Memphis, and then Danny Knight, freshman of the year. And he was in the second team all NCAA, and also the freshman team of all NCAA. That is the national level. We can look at Horizon Conference within our conference. So we have Martin Mendez, Indiana Lutheran. He's the coach of the year for the Horizon League. Otto Porter, player of the year for the Horizon League. Defensive player, Raphael Thornton for the Horizon League. And then Chuck Mika on Wook Chekwa out of Indiana Lutheran is the sixth man of the year. And then Wyatt Pena. It's either Pena or Pena, Brookings State. And then we have first team for Horizon League is Otto Porter, Richie Castillo, Muhammad Yang, Romeo Stone, Raphael Thornton. The second team is Osvaldo Bennett, Osvaldo Olsen. Or no, Oswaldo, not as Osvaldo. Oswaldo Olsen, Gordon Lucas, Rylan Lane, Wyatt Pena or Pena, and then the freshman team, Wyatt Pena, Newton Jordan, Sidney Daniels, Jackson Lee, Richard Spencer. That is out of the Horizon League, the league that I am in for coaching. So we will advance to the review of the off season and potentially having to get players. So I have 3 points left to allocate. So recruiting. And offense. Or recruiting and training, essentially. 25 years old, 1 year in the role, total experience 1 year. Like I mentioned before, our expected record was 11-19, and we came up with 13-18. Lost in the first round of the conference, so that didn't gain us anything. Did not appear in the national tournament, so that's why we didn't gain anything. And age bonus, coach under 40 is a +1, so I had a +3 experience that I used on training and also recruiting. Should probably use it on offense and defense, to be honest. Because it seems like I don't do any recruiting at all. Unless if my roster was completely full and I didn't have to do any recruiting for the following year. So we will advance to the progress of the off season. So my current job, I could stay or I could leave. I have just New Jersey, so Rutgers is wanting to offer me a contract. I am going to accept the offer. At Green Bay for another year. We'll go for year 2. Try to grow it out for, another year. So I think it's like a 1-year contract type thing. So then you can go in the job market and see who would also want you. So within the offers, I was offered from Rutgers, Southern Florida, Stony Brook, Southern A&M, Hatterfield, Colonial, so within the conference, Bozeman, San Marcos State, Riverside Baptist, Kennesaw, Arkansas Central, Hampton, Niagara, Western Illinois within the conference, Illinois Metropolitan within the conference, Huntsville, and Florida Methodist. And I will stay at where I am, essentially. We'll advance. So, following staff members have recently left or been promoted within your program or replacements have been automatically hired. You will be able to manually adjust your staff after closing this message. So, athletic trainer went from our school to Arkansas, and our graduate assistant went from our program to Florida. And then I think that is basically saying they're free agents and they graduated. So, I am not firing anybody. I potentially could fire Herbert Rhodes, with him being the lowest. Essentially, yeah, he's the lowest in age. Graduate assistants, I'm gonna keep. Nathan Riley, I could essentially, fire or something, but training, rehab, that should be fine. Robert Jones, you're gone. Hire assistants. See, is he even? We are going to hire you, Ruben. That way it's 76, 79. I'm going to say Sean, you're out the door. Your staff. What defense? Ruben, we already have. So Sean was like, oh, I guess we could bring him back, but Rodrigo with training, we'll have him. So we'll have that. They're on 1 year deals. It's like kind of training as well. Defense higher up, training higher up. Let's see. Will rehab this person, Reggie. So we're gonna get rid of we'll get rid of Oliver. And we will have Reggie. 79, 69, 68. It's kind of the best of all of them. Yeah, the age is 55, but essentially, if they're kind of the best compared to this one, it's like I would get Will Reed, but overall in general, rehab is 58, and that's like essentially probably make or break within a couple of weeks or something like that, where if you get rehab of 69, like, more up, then potentially they will the rehab will be fine. So overall 76, 70, but yeah, training's that, this is that, and then their defense is kind of the best, iffy on offense, but yeah, training is 78. There's that. Graduate assistants, I don't really. Hey, this 57 guy, maybe I would toss, but I think it's perfectly fine. Potentially. I think I've upgraded my staff, to be honest. Otherwise, it's like 62s and 67. Jonathan Reed. Yeah. Sorry, Nathan Riley. But Jonathan Reed. You're good. Yeah, 67.59. Okay, but then higher on the training, and rec is a little bit low, so offense and training is high. They're decent on everything else, so his defense. Nathan Riley was high in rec and stuff, but kind of upgraded on all the above and kept it within the 60s and stuff like that, so I feel like that should be fine. Next to the off season, see the staff movement. Not anything that people stay. It's not only when they move. That's a big possibility. So I don't even see. Almost not. Okay. UWGB, Florida, Key Singleton to GB, Glenstone, GB was poached, I guess. I didn't sign him. There's probably more on the bottom. So I fired and maybe not. But anyway, advance to the next section, and then draft process. Probably didn't get anybody, but Otto Porter, Lansing, Lutheran. So the Horizon League has been on lookout for at least some of the players that were in it. Indiana Lutheran, Richie Castillo, and then Otto Porter, the number 1 overall pick. So, Shannon Grant from Wisconsin didn't get drafted. Ames State, so I wonder if that's Iowa State. Fort Worth Christian Auburn, Milwaukee Catholic. I wonder if that's Marquette. Interesting. Some struggles for Green Bay. Losing a streak of 10 has put Green Bay in a difficult. Oh. So there was a article about us when we were on a 10-game losing streak, roughly. But hey, we beat. You can't. Oh, so that's a bummer. It's graduating, but you can't convince them to stay. Would you like to continue to recruiting? You will not be able to return to the players leaving or cut pages. Oh, cancel. Recruiting. Where can I find that? Overall, 59 and 61. You're a freshman. I redshirted you. I'm gonna cut you. Seven. So right now, Server's coming back as a 70 overall. So we gained up a little bit. I think it was like a 65 maybe. So we're cutting the bottom two. There's that. How can I convince them to stay? That's the thing. I don't need that. Because, yeah, it seems like Winter's graduated, so I can't. His potential is 94, 81, 77. These two, they weren't going to do anything. So if I were to, says, would you like to continue to recruiting, not be able to return to the players leaving or cut players have, okay, so yes. But I was hoping I can interest them to come back, but I guess not. Alright, so within the next episode, we will do this recruiting process. This is new to me, so I may not be the greatest at it, of trying to make an offer and everything, but we finished the season. We finished 2 above of what they expected, and we had some people transfer out, and hopefully we can get some commits to come to our school and have a breakdown of what we need overall. Like, we're not going to go for a lockdown Gavin Myers when they're not gonna want to come to our school. We were 13 and 18, so that is something they will not want to do. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and have a good rest of your day.